WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Christmas Eve. Louisville police are looking for a suspect in connection to the shooting death of a man on Monday. Police Chief Sean Holderness says investigators have issued an arrest warrant for murder for Rushaka Cobb. Investigators believe he is involved in the death of 27-year-old Lee Andrew Hughes Jr. Hughes was found dead Monday morning at a home on North Court Avenue. Now, investigators were initially trying to determine if the gunshot was self-inflicted or if this was a homicide. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is assisting with the case. If you have any information on Rushaka Cobb, you should contact the Louisville Police Department. A West Point family is asking for information to bring a loved one home for the holidays. 18-year-old Joshua Hoskin has not been seen or heard from since December 21st. He was reported missing this morning. If you have any information on Joshua Hoskin's whereabouts, call the West Point Police Department or Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers. Well, it has been just over 5 months since a Crawford man was seriously injured while shooting fireworks. This was during a 4th of July celebration. Montrell Turner lost vision in one of his eyes after being struck by a firecracker. Our Quentin Smith talked to the 34-year-old today. He joins us now in the studio with a message he has for everyone about celebrating with fireworks, who may be celebrating with fireworks this holiday season. Quentin?
That's right, Andrea. He wants them to have fun, but to also be safe. As you can imagine, family members and many people in the Crawford community were shaken when that accident happened this past summer. As the new year now approaches, when it comes to lighting fireworks, Turner urges everyone to be cautious and leave it up to the experts.
Hey, yo. Oh, I'm so glad you get home for Christmas.
Home for the holidays.
I brought this gift for the kids, so we'll put it underneath the tree.
For some people, it's just a common phrase. But for Montrell Turner, it has a special meaning to him and his family this holiday season.
The work I do, I better be home for Christmas, so this is my first time in about 4 years.
As he stacks presents under the tree and hangs ornaments with his family, he's grateful to have this moment.
Just spending time with the family and enjoying the kids, make sure they see they smile on their face Christmas Day.
But not because he's around loved ones, but because just a few months ago, the Crawford man found himself on the wrong end of a holiday celebration.
Family gathering, and all of a sudden I go down to light the firework, and it's all of a sudden it exploded in my face.
The accident happened at this home on Long Street in Crawford. Turner fractured his nose and cheekbone and also lost his right eye, forcing him to now wear a patch to cover it.
By seeing stuff, I can see fine, but close-up stuff, I had to judge it better. You know, like seeing that table right there, it take me a while. Like I could reach out, touch it, but I think it closer than what it really is because I'm judging with one eye instead of two eyes.
The 34-year-old says it was a malfunctioning firecracker that backfired on him.
I never thought it would happen to me, and it's safety first, and we were safe, but at the same time, something just happens, you know. It just happened. It wasn't like we wasn't careless or nothing like that. We were being cautious.
Turner says he doesn't want anyone to have to go through what he experienced. That's why he cautions anyone thinking about using fireworks this holiday season.
I say, man, leave it to the professionals.
The Crawford man says this incident has now given him a new perspective on life. And after that accident, Turner says he and his family will no longer use fireworks during holiday celebrations.
We're looking great for Christmas Eve. Santa will be flying in on a clear note here, mainly clear with some wispy high clouds. We've got temperatures in the 50s now, cooling down into the upper 40s to around 50 at midnight. We may see some fog later on this evening and tonight, but worst case scenario for lows tonight down into the mid to upper 40s. So still very mild out there for this time of year. The official highs today, low 70s in Tupelo and Columbus, and we are still in the 60s and 50s across our region. Mainly clear, and guess what? We will do it again for Christmas Day. A chance for a little bit of morning fog, mild temperatures flirting with 70, if you can believe it. Full forecast coming up.
A longtime Christmas fundraising effort that helps needy people in our area is falling a little short this year. Donations to the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign are down. WCBI's Allie Martin tells us how the Red Kettle donations play a big role when it comes to providing food, shelter, and other services for people across Northeast Mississippi.
Every donation makes a difference.
It helps us to make sure that, we're keeping homeless people in a shelter and giving people something warm to eat, and then just trying to create a sustainable life for people. And it's all because of the donations that we receive through this annual holiday campaign.
The Red Kettle campaign has been part of the Christmas season for years and is a big part of the annual budget for the Salvation Army. But this year, donations have been down.
The Red Kettle season that we have this year is a lot shorter than it has been in previous years due to when Thanksgiving fell, but unfortunately that impacts our annual budget.
There are other factors affecting the shortage in the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Because of the strong economy, there's a shortage in paid bell ringers. More people have jobs, but there are other ways you can help out.
You can give online at Salvation Army. ALM.org, and you can go to Tupelo, and all that money stays right here in Tupelo. There's a new way that we have to do Apple Pay or Google Pay, so you can donate online as well. You can just hand deliver checks. We'll be open starting the day after Christmas.
Donations raised through the Red Kettle campaign make up about 40% of the Salvation Army's annual budget.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
You too. Merry Christmas.
In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
And Major Morton points out that any gift made through December 31st is tax deductible this year. A Starkville church delivers food and Christmas cheer in the community. Members of Finding Your Way Through Christ Ministries prepared boxes of food for delivery to nearly a dozen individuals and families in Oktibbeha County. Tomorrow, these same members will prepare a holiday feast for people who have to work on Christmas and just anyone who needs a hot meal. The church has served this Christmas dinner for the past 3 years, feeding more than 600 people. Well, it's the most wonderful time of the year, especially if you're spending your holiday with your friends and family. Unfortunately, the reality is not everybody can celebrate with loved ones. And with the majority of restaurants and shops closed for the next few days, or at least for tomorrow, it can be hard to find a good holiday meal. Our Cash Matlock joins us in the studio with some suggestions for you. Cash?
That's right, Andrea. Well, most stores are closing early today and some will remain closed all day tomorrow. But that doesn't mean you can't find a warm meal and some good company. I spoke with a few people who say they work every Christmas just to make sure folks have a place to go for the holidays.
Every Christmas, every Christmas. I love my customers and they love me.
Marcia Hurd has been working at the Columbus Waffle House since 2005. And during her time here, she's never had a Christmas off.
So I just know you got me a Christmas gift, huh? That smile right there. So my family be there when I get home anyways, but we still be here for the people that has no family.
And Hurd isn't alone. Her coworker, Marshetta Ellis, also works every Christmas.
We do get a lot of compliments on how happy we are when they come in, even though it's a holiday, and we're just ready here waiting to serve them.
The ladies say Christmas Day is usually pretty busy.
It makes me feel good that I can make somebody smile and brighten up their day. Sometimes they just want to come in and, just talking you to listen to them, or we just talk to them and they can just listen to us. And just as long as we can bring up their spirits, that's all that matters.
Employees at Gondolier Restaurant in Starkville are also concerned with lifting their customer spirits.
The holidays are not the happiest time of year for everyone. There's many people that have lost loved ones, that have loved ones deployed overseas, that aren't able to see them during this time of year. And we think it's important to have a place that we have open arms. They can come and see us and dine with us, and we can take care of them.
The Italian food chain will be open until 10 on Christmas Eve, giving people the option to treat themselves for Christmas.
We are in the customer service industry, and that is our job, is customer service. We're here to serve the customer. That means holidays as well. That means any time. And in fact, it means holidays especially, because those can be the hardest times for some people.
Working through a holiday isn't always fun, but Ellis and her friends wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh no, I wouldn't give it up actually. I love being here, making people smile, and they appreciate us being here, so that makes it even better.
If you don't have anyone to come eat with us.
Gondolier Restaurant will be open until 10 o'clock tonight, and Waffle House will be open all day today and tomorrow.
Coming up, defying the odds, paying it forward. A former convict is helping others right their wrongs. Her story when we come back.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Andrea Self.
Welcome back, everyone. A Louisville woman who spent more than 3 years in jail says she is not letting her past define her future, and she's devoting her life now to helping those who've been down a similar path to help them get back on track. DeAndrea Turner joins us in the studio with her story.
Andrea, this is a story of redemption. Christina's young life could have turned out very differently, but she was determined to go in a new direction, and now she's helping others do the exact same.
Christina Young is a free woman today, but 4 years ago she was behind bars serving time for a drug offense. She said it was those 3.5 years in prison that turned her life around.
Now see that it was all part of God's timing. I had to go in order to, I feel like, save my life, because I don't know what road I'd have went down.
When she was released, she devoted herself to fulfilling a newfound purpose.
So my journey to prison was really to help others. As soon as my foot hit the pavement, I took off, and I just been giving back.
Giving back to the people still serving time. Young continued a program she began as a prisoner, tutoring fellow inmates, preparing them for the GED in life outside of prison. Today, she helps inmates here in the jail in Winston County. During the holiday season, she wanted to do something extra for them. When the group met last week for a mock job fair, Young surprised them with a home-cooked meal and gifts.
And just to see the smile when they saw that food being put on the table, and they automatically, that's for us, that's for us. It brought joy to their faces.
Young says she sees herself in the people that she helps and hopes her story encourages them.
I took those experiences and I turned them around, and I put that same energy that I had when I was doing things, making wrong choices. I take that same energy to help anybody.
And her testimony is making a difference.
And her story helps enlighten those men to know that somebody's been where they are, have got out and made it.
And Young also helps students and others in the community trying to get into the workforce through her tutoring program.
Great story. Listen, tonight is just the perfect weather for Santa's arrival, isn't it?
Smooth sailing, great visibility, no severe weather, no winter weather concerns, Andrea. And here's our Christmas Day forecast. Shorts and t-shirts needed here in the southeast, 60s and 70s. You really have to go across the northern plains and the Rockies to see some really cold weather, cold enough to support snow, so obviously no white Christmas here. We have your Christmas Day forecast for us locally. Also look ahead at the weekend forecast. How about that?
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays here on our Christmas Eve. We're getting a little festive in the First Alert Forecast Center this evening. Great weather today. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Our Alpha Insurance cameras in Columbus, Tupelo, Vernon at Durham's Pharmacy, and in Louisville, Mississippi, picking up on some of those cirrus clouds, a gorgeous sunset. Shorts, t-shirts needed today, and you may want to just keep that same attire for the next few days here, as we say well above average. A great sunset in West Alabama this evening. Look at that, all that color. Just some wispy, thin cirrus clouds drifting overhead, so Santa will not be impacted by anything weather-wise coming into the southeast. Rain, snow, gathering strength out here across the desert southwest. That system is a long ways away from us, but that will be the driver of a cold front through here this weekend that will give us some active weather and another chance for some heavy rain. But look at these temperatures right now. As of 6:18, still above the average high for this time of year, mid-50s to the low 60s. So worst case scenario tonight, mid to upper 40s for lows. Santa, no problems here for this evening. We'll go with about 47 degrees. There could be a little bit of fog out there, and that could be around in the morning hours. I don't think you're going to need your fireplace tonight or tomorrow with these warm temperatures. Around 50 at 8 o'clock, we'll see a mix of clouds and sun during the day. Winds from the southeast, but temperatures, even with some additional cloud cover, I think we'll still be flirting with the upper 60s to around 70. So some of you could actually get to 70 again tomorrow, like what we did today on Christmas Day. So there you have it, a pretty warm day for us and across all of Mississippi and Alabama. Not too bad. As I mentioned, there could be some areas of fog around later tonight and tomorrow morning. That's really about the only thing that could be impacting our travels here for our day Wednesday, or Christmas Day. Clouds will gradually increase in the region here as we go throughout the next couple of days. And I think we'll be mostly cloudy Thursday and Friday. But there's that next system right here. That's going to throw a cold front our way sometime late Saturday or early Sunday. We think there could be some heavy rain potential with this, and there's still the chance for some strong to severe storms at some point. So we'll keep refining that forecast as we go throughout the next couple of days. But for your Wednesday, Christmas Day, Thursday, Friday, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Andrea, mid to upper 60s, well above the average. There's that system for the weekend. We return to winter-like temperatures next week with some additional sunshine, mid-50s as we close out the year, the decade, Andrea.
The decade. And I heard you say shorts and T-shirts for Christmas Day.
Bizarre.
It is what it is.
It was warm a couple of years ago, but we had severe weather that day. This is going to be one of those Florida-type Christmases.
Just sort of a nice day. I like it.
Yeah, we'll love it.
All right, coming up, the Bulldogs start preparing for the Music City Bowl. More on how MSU and Louisville match up next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Chris Bolton is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
It's officially bowl prep week for Mississippi State. The Bulldogs will travel to Nashville to prepare for Louisville and their Music City Bowl. Louisville puts up plenty of points, 40th in the country in scoring, 32 points per game. But the Cardinals certainly give up a ton, 111th in the country, giving up 33 points per game. The Bulldogs clicking on offense will be key for MSU to leave Nashville with the dub. The team has its sights set on coming home with the win to not only end the season on a high note, but to get the ball rolling for 2020.
I feel like a bowl game is, to finish off this season, but also bring momentum in the next season. So I feel like it'll be great for, this program.
This is going to be a very physical football game. They pride themselves on running the ball, as do we. And, we need to stop the run and, run it well. And I think it's a little bit different approach than we took last year. We were more of a veteran team last year on both sides of the ball. But I just wanted to kind of create a point of emphasis that, we talked about needing to out-prepare, out-physical, and out-execute to win this football game. So from a preparation standpoint, I wanted to make sure we were in pads, we were energetic, we were flying around, we were being physical. And I also think it helped the younger guys from a developmental standpoint.
The game plan seems a lot different. We want to stay urgent, but having a lot more time to prepare for the game makes it a lot more relaxed and just making sure we really understand what we're doing before we really get ramped up and right before the bowl.
Right now in my career, I want to win the bowl game. Any loss don't feel good, so I like to get the victory no matter what.
Kylan Hill looks to put an end to his MSU career with the win as he's announced he'll forego his senior season to enter the NFL draft. Along with Cam Dantzler, safety Brian Cole will not compete in the bowl game as he prepares for the 2020 NFL draft. Nick Weatherspoon's return to the basketball floor for Mississippi State didn't go as planned as the Bulldogs dropped its third game of the year to New Mexico State. The Aggies topping Mississippi State in a knockdown, drag-out game in which both teams shot around 40%. Weatherspoon and the rest of the Bulldogs not too worried about the loss. It's been almost a year since Weatherspoon was last in an actual game for the Bulldogs. Weatherspoon looks to get back in sync so he can showcase what he's learned from his time away from the court watching the game.
I'm trying to get the chemistry back with our team and just get the groove back, just playing college basketball. Almost been a year since I played, so I'm just still trying to find the groove, be able to play again. I'm not just gonna say it's like one thing, it's a couple things I see off the court that you don't see on the court, so I feel like the time I spent off the court, as me being a point guard, I can see a lot of open things while I'm on the court now.
It was great, energy boost. He's aggressive on defense, so having him out there just to get the team riled up and ready to play, it's a great feeling.
A little shaky out there today when he got in because he got an offensive charge on the first play, and then he had a hard time staying in front of that little number 14, who was just so quick. And give him that's his second game of the year, Gilliard. He's a transfer from UTEP, very good player, really hurt us. But we're definitely going to be better with Nick playing now versus not having Nick.
That's all we have for sports. We'll have more coming up after the break.
Sports coverage of the Music City Bowl is brought to you by OCH Regional Hospital and the Columbus Convention and Visitors Bureau.
All right, a couple of weeks ago we asked and you delivered. We wanted to see some of your Santa pictures that didn't go quite as you planned, like some of these you're seeing. We've gotten a lot of great Santa pictures. These are some of our favorites. These children, I promise you, will cherish these photos someday. Their parents will cherish them forever.
Santa looks like he's
Look at
freaking out
Santa.
there.
Look at this little guy here. He's not having it. We thought this was a great way to end our show as we get ready for the big man in the red
Those are
suit to
good.
arrive, who, by the way, is coming in for some really good weather, right?
Yes, just be sure to have those cookies and that glass of milk ready to go this evening. But visibility-wise, Santa will have a clear view of the Deep South here. But we'll see some clouds over the next couple of days, and we will have that system this weekend. We'll keep you updated on that. Another one of these wet weather makers.
All right, I trust you both finished all the shopping.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually did start and finished.
Fantastic. Well, Merry Christmas to both of you.
Thank you so much.
And Merry Christmas to all of you as well. Enjoy the rest of your evening.